a concise approach to top-down market strategies and the forces affecting investments. That's the spoken word on investing.
We are going to get the spoken word on the stock market now from our chief equity strategist, John Blank, joining me via Skype from the West Coast. John, this market's been on a tear here since you and I spoke last. As far as records go, as of the close of business on July 18th, the Dow turned in its 7th straight up day, longest winning streak for the Dow since March of 2013. Now, you wrote recently that what we're seeing is a new bull run. So what's driving it?
Well, Terry, this all took place after the Brexit vote. And what happened was the market was waiting for the Brexit vote to end so we could look forward to the rest of the year. And what's really important about the rest of the year is the presidential election in November. And typically in a year when a presidential election happens, the market goes up about 8.5% on average return. So up until June, this market had gone basically nowhere with a lot of noise. And now we're seeing that steady bull market of a presidential election cycle. That's what's going on, Terry. So everything's off.
As far as you're concerned, no post-Brexit caution flags?
No. In fact, this morning they announced at the Court of Law in England, they're not even going to pass Article 50 to exit Brexit till next year. So Brexit's not even in the game until 2017. Right now, this is all presidential election cycle stuff for the next 5 months.
And in those 5 months, do we have to be concerned about any possible pullbacks in the market?
Well, you know, there's going to be selling and profit taking, but generally speaking, Terry, I think you're going to be surprised at how the drift higher is pretty consistent all the way through the election because, A, we've got a rate cut coming from the Bank of England in next month, and we've got the Fed, which is basically taking the cautious approach and staying out of the way in front of this election cycle. So even if the Fed moves in 25 basis points, I doubt it's going to signal anything other than that the U.S. economy is very strong, and that's probably going to be just another reason for the bulls to keep rallying.
We're in the second quarter earnings reporting cycle, John. What role are earnings playing in this bull run? Any?
Well, Terry, you know, we're in the fifth consecutive quarter of an earnings recession in the United States, which has always been the bear case for people. But the idea here is the third quarter, next quarter is when it really ends, and that market, no market looks 3 months ahead, Terry. It's 6 to 12 months ahead, forward look. So what happens in the summertime is we're getting a full look onto 2017. So all this earnings stuff, unless the guidance is poor for 2017, it's going to be overlooked, and that's what's going on right now.
All right, healthcare is back at the top of the sector pack as far as your market strategy is concerned. Big surprise sector loser, though, consumer discretionary. What happened there?
You know, Terry, we're seeing that more and more. People are really cautious with this market. If you want to get into the consumer stocks, you want to be on the staple side and away from discretionary. I don't understand it. I just think there's kind of an exhaustion with the sector and a real dislike for anything with high PEs and any growth. There's just not any belief that growth is real, so they're staying away from those sectors.
All right, you've got some stocks on your radar. Why don't you run them down for us?
Yeah, Terry, I like this stock, a dental technology stock called Align Tech. And what they did in 1999 is they came up with this thing called Invisalign, which is basically clear braces. So they've been on a tear for the last 15 years, getting up to 3 million customers and helping out, straightening teeth out with these Invisalign dentures. Great stock, great play, a lot of good demographics there. Align Tech. Another name I like is Helen of Troy. This is a woman's personal care products. You probably don't know Helen of Troy yourself if you're not a stylist, but Revlon and Pert shampoos and all kinds of different cosmetic, and personal care lines are tucked into Helen of Troy. Really a great stock. The third one I like, Terry, is this company called Mettler and Toledo. And what they do is they do lab and diagnostic measuring devices and also warehouses and production lines measuring devices. And when we're seeing right now with the United States is that this type of high-tech measurement is really in demand to improve productivity out there. So this is a great infotech stock. It's a very high cash flow play, Mettler Toledo.
All right, John, thanks. That's the lowdown on the market from our chief equity strategist, John Blank. And with John, I'm Terry Ruffalo.